It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets playing against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, win this game, and
all crazy.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets winning their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Taj Gibson is out there with Jefferson. Then there's Batum. There's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Walker in at the 1 spot. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
Now Batum. Paul George missing from long range. Just 5 to shoot. Lamb dishes to Jefferson. And Batum kicks to Lamb. Shot is off. So Philadelphia will take it the other way.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Now here's Gibson. 14 points from him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And Young, here we go. And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
George against Batum. Pass to Patterson. Here's Schroeder. Offline with his 3. Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to Golden State.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you. You know, if you're looking to build a small forward and it wasn't a LeBron James template, you might go with PG, Paul George. Height, length, athleticism, that combination off the charts with him. And he's got a nice, unflappable demeanor, too.
Now here's Lamb. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Charlotte no good that time either.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
And it's George finishing it off.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Hornets have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Gibson setting the pick for Lamb. Kicks to Gibson. 5 on the clock. Charlotte moving it around. Batum wide open. He fires. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Schroeder. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Okafor with the ball. Jefferson picks him up. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good for Okafor. Well, the plan has been obvious now, Clark, for a while. The 76ers really loading up on young players, letting them see a lot of minutes, and we're hoping it's going to bear some fruit, as you like to say, coming up.
Exactly, and it will in time because they've accumulated some really nice young talent, Kevin.
Now, here's Schroeder following the miss by Kemba Walker. Nick Young on the wing. Buries the long-range jumper. Young's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And with the 76ers, it's not just on the floor that they have stifled the progress. That they've taken 2 top picks knowing they would sit out a full year just to rehab injuries.
Now here's Lamb. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Okafor against Gibson. Okafor, the pass to Schroeder. Comes up empty down low.
You know, one thing few people talk about with the Sixers, this plan of building through the draft and with young players, what if it actually works to their benefit? Then it would become a copycat strategy because we know in the NBA, it's a herd mentality if something works.
Here's Schroeder after Al Jefferson's score. Here's Patterson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Hornets trail by 6. Now here's Walker. 17 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also 3 steals, so he showed some grit and determination on the defensive side.
Gibson the screen. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Pass to Okafor. Patterson, the screen. Okafor in the post. Jefferson on him. Okafor gets the bucket. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Walker dishes to Jefferson. Tries from 16. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Philadelphia leading by 5. And Young kicks it over to Schroeder. Dishes to Okafor. Patterson, the screen. Leaps for it. It's stolen by Jefferson. Outside Batum. And it's sent back by George. And here we go. George heading to the hoop.
Great hustle to turn the block shot into a fast break hoop. That's a big-time play.
Hornets trail by 7. Outside, Walker. Screen by Jefferson. Walker the pass to Lamb. 6 to shoot. Fades and shoots. They grab their own miss. Outside, Walker. Shoots over Schroeder. Walker missing again.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can. Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Jeremy Lin comes in for Lamb. Picked by Zeller. Batum with the ball. George picks him up. Batum dishes to Jefferson. Lin against Young. Lin kicks to Jefferson. And that one goes long. Philadelphia leading by 9. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Young's shot is off. Here's the Hornets with the ball.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Batum trying to break loose. Charlotte again missing.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Okafor. And the lead now. Double digits on that bucket. And now it's an 11-point 76ers lead. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated into how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while, an international player. Here's Young after Al Jefferson's score. And Young, here we go. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
It's deflected. Here's Zeller. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. Philadelphia leading by 9. Now Schroeder. No good. Jefferson with some nice D.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And guys, Nicholas Batum is a real greyhound on the floor. The guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clark, he covers a lot of ground.
Extremely active at both ends of the court, Kevin. Great versatility. He can defend 3 positions, and he's played big minutes for the Blazers.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Boozer comes in for Patrick Patterson. Rodney Hood subbed in for Young. Lopez, he's checked in for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Kemba Walker. Feeds it to George. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
And guys, now the NBA has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was #1.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Now here's Lin. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he could still stand to add some strength.
Here's Boozer. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Warriors in Oakland. There's the dish to Okafor. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. Hood gets the bucket. Hood's got 5 points so far.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
Now, here's Batum. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and Clark, the dunk, caps it off.
Well, you know, for me, guys, it's all about positioning and anticipation on those screen plays, and they got it right there. Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
It just seems like they're a step slow today.
Here's Zeller. It's hauled in by George.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Now here's Okafor. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And the foul called on the Charlotte Hornets.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Miller's checked in for Philadelphia. Jones comes in for Dennis Schroeder. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Lamb's checked in. Lynn the pass to Zeller. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lynn. Right wing. Lopez a screen. Here's Lamb. Can't get it to go. Good D by Boozer. And Clifford in his third year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And he's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
Lopez a screen. From deep. And relief. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league from going and
I wasn't sure, you know, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just, it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lynn has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lynn.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far in the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Jeremy Lin is out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Walker's checked in for Jeremy Lin. Jones dishes to Okafor. Good. Okafor's got 10 points.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
And stolen by Miller.
Where you at, Mike?
For three.
Cash.
Rebound, Kemba Walker. Hornets trail by 11.
Good day. Oh, good move.
Good D by Jones.
More.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Mike.
Out to Miller. Jones, the pass to Miller. Now here's Okafor. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 5. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Okafor's got 4 points in the quarter.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Passes to Lamb.
That's
Fires
cash.
the three. It's in and hoping this is the start of a new trend. 2 for 8 now from the field.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Jones with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Boozer kicks to Hood. The feed to Okafor.
Cash.
And the shot falls short this time.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The Hornets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
That's good from Gibson. And the 76ers with some changes. Mahimi comes in for Okafor. And Nick Young is subbed in for Mike Miller. Jefferson's checked in for the Hornets.
And Kid Gilchrist had that very funky jumper coming into the league. And prior to last year, really worked tirelessly. Not an easy thing to do to try to change the entire form and structure of your jumper.
Charlotte calls timeout.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Jones. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the
Oh, that's a
second quarter.
steal, man. Ah, he got
Here's
it.
Jefferson, banked in off the glass.
Wow.
Jefferson's got 8. Philadelphia leading by 8.
Get back here. Get back here. Come on.
And here's Schroeder. Still getting warmed up offensively.
That's
No
cash.
buckets yet in the game for him.
Wow. Come
Boozer,
on, man.
no good.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They
get
executed.
back.
All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And that one's good. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played, the 76ers have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Schroeder kicks to Boozer. Down low, and Jefferson sends it back.
That shit was slow as shit. Slow ass layup.
Hornets trail by 6. Outside, Walker.
Hedge.
He feeds it to Jefferson.
That shit out of there.
And the rejection by Mahimi.
Let him have that jump
And
shot.
Kid
So
Gilchrist
shoot.
kicks to Jefferson.
Oh,
To the middle. Here's Boozer.
come on, bro.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials
Nigga
saw the
can't shoot
contact
free
and he'll
throws.
shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official. You know, for Carlos
there.
Boozer, last year was a bit
Ah,
peculiar.
there you go.
I mean, after being a key player for several playoff teams throughout his career, he landed on the Lakers where the playoffs were nowhere in sight. Tough environment for a veteran to succeed in.
And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in. And Walker kicks to Gibson.
That's all.
No
Rebound.
good off the
Yeah.
back of the rim.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was
Make that.
engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open
Get
court
up.
offense
Get
has
up.
been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficient.
And getting back to Boozer, last year he was claimed off amnesty waivers by the Lakers. Now, Los Angeles paid $3.25 million of his salary,
There you go.
while the Bulls paid the remaining
Go, Dennis.
$13.5 million of his salary.
And getting away from the contract, you know, he actually had a decent year. Shot over 50% from the field. Strong rebounds per minute average.
Shit.
I mean, he's a professional. He went in and did his job.
They're shooting the ball extremely well right now. They're looking at that three-point shot as a way to get some extra offense and really continue to fortify their momentum.
Schroeder passes to Boozer, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hand finish.
I tell you what, they are not
But-
backing off at all, are
Damn.
they?
Walker's shot is off.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Schroeder kicks
Come
to
on,
Boozer.
Booze. Work. Work. Too small.
Takes it
Okay.
into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Boozer's got 6 points.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
And And the Hornets call time here. Their last meeting was in Philadelphia, where they were unable to fight off the 76ers.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He went over the offensive plan and that it hinges on running things through Jefferson. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
Oh,
the
come
shot
on.
by George, no good.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Young outside.
Cut.
Inside, here's Mahimi. And
Good
Gibson
day.
sends it back. Batum attacking. He kicks to Walker.
Oh, fuck.
Soft touch off the glass. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And George kicks to Boozer.
Back here.
Young outside. Back to Boozer. Clock at 6. Here's George. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
I'm right
That
there.
savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. And 12 points for Al Jefferson. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Walker. Screened by Boozer. Schroeder kicks to George. Young left side. At the elbow, Boozer. Releases from 15. Hornets with the rebound.
Stop the ball. Stop the ball.
Lamb dishes to Walker. Outside Gibson. Ball's
Give me
knocked
that.
loose. And Lamb kicks to
Give me that.
Jefferson.
Go,
It's
Nick.
stolen by Mahimi. 13 feet
Nah,
away.
he's supposed to Euro that.
Young's shot is off. It's
Give me that.
deflected. Hornets trail by 12.
He
Here's
locked.
Lamb.
He
He
locked.
has 5.
Come on, help.
Outside Batum.
So,
No good
Yeah.
from Gibson.
shoot
Well, the
time.
effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
And it's George finishing it off.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Hedge.
Right side to Walker. They double him with Boozer. Batum
That's
for
cash.
3. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. 11 points for Batum.
Buckets coming in bunches right now. He is just being big time.
Now here's Schroeder.
Yeah,
He's
what
guarded
the fuck was
closely.
that?
The pass to Young. Gibson against Boozer. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Batum attacking, and the rejection by Mahimi. To the inside. And it's Schroeder
Nigga can't
missing.
make layups, huh?
Hornets trail by 13.
That was him.
Outside, Walker. And Lamb kicks to Walker. To the paint.
Oh, good pass.
Finished off by Jefferson.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Boozer kicks it over to Schroeder. And he gets it to go. Schroeder's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Jefferson and Charlotte
He's busting my
again with the
ass.
bucket.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Schroeder kicks to George. He dishes it to Schroeder. Up top, Mahinmi. Shot clock at 5. Now, here's George. 32 points for him last game against Golden State.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Batum against George.
Still, man.
Gibson with the screen on George. Gibson the screen. Here's the screen. That cuts the lead to single digits. And it's 8 points for Lamb.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
George with the screen on Walker. Schroeder gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Batum passes to Jefferson. Back to Batum. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Outside, George.
Good dunk.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness.
And so that's the end of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 18 points and 1 rebound. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
They did an awesome-erific job. That's right, Ernie. Awesome-erific. That's awesome and terrific together. Anyway, they did an awesome-erific job of limiting turnovers. They were almost mistake-free. They put you in the right frame of mind when you can play like that. And as long as they keep protecting the ball in the next 2 quarters, they will protect the lead.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Charlotte?
Well, right now, they're getting a little embarrassed on the defensive end. They got outshot in the first half. But that's because no one put their foot down on defense to stop it. So in the second half, they need to play much more disruptive defensively. They have to do whatever it takes.
Just about time for the third quarter to get underway, and we'll see you again at the Horn.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? He has 18 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
We've got Okafor. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Young. Then there's Patrick Patterson, and it's George in at the 3 slot. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark, mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of him.
And George with the stuff.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Screen by Jefferson.
Edge.
Outside, Walker. It's Jefferson, top of the key.
That's all.
Shot is no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. George.
Get in there.
No one around. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now Walker, 8 points for him. Tries from 16. Jefferson can't get that one to fall.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
No good from the wing. On the wing, George. Defended by Batum.
There we go.
Schroeder kicks to George.
Better cash out.
Good.
There we go.
Schroeder's got 10 points.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Hornets trail by 18.
They're about to get a triple double.
Lamb dishes to Gibson. And Walker kicks to Jefferson.
That didn't work. Go ahead, Ja. Hands up. Hands
And
up.
there's the
No
whistle.
foul,
Hard
man.
on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Jahlil Okafor.
And watching Al Jefferson over the years, he can be dominant and be efficient in doing it. For all the points he's piled up, he's always been around a 50% shooter. And for all the times he's handled the ball, his turnover rate is relatively low. So that's giving you good quality possession.
And that one's good. George.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
And the D is getting bombarded.
Lock
they
up.
haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
Charlotte calls timeout. Talking about Jefferson, it's not just his efficiency with the scoring. He's efficient, Clark, with his time on the floor. He's always producing a block shot here, a steal there, of course. All the rebounds. He covers every base.
Yeah, the data analytics folks rely on percentages to measure efficiency. But just as important as overall production per minutes played, Big Al excels there.
And Lamb kicks to Walker. Inside.
Hands up.
Shot clock at 5.
You better not hit that.
And the 3 ball is good. He's got 11.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Walker. Schroeder with the ball. 10 points for him. Here's
Cash out.
And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Here's Lamb. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
And here's Schroeder. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Screen by Young. George passes to Schroeder. Teardrop shot.
Gotta make that.
Rebounded by Lamb. Lamb's
Stop the
got
ball.
4
Stop the
rebounds
ball.
now tonight. Here's Walker. He goes up again. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 5 points now this quarter.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Hornets. Here's Young. He's got 9. Pass to Schroeder. Patterson a screen on Walker. Over to the left wing. Patterson, that's good. Patterson's got his second basket of the night.
You know,
6 more rebounds,
do a
triple
much
double.
better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Screen by Jefferson.
Still,
There's
man.
Lin with the 3. The rebound by Young. Young's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Schroeder kicks to George.
Get him out of here.
Off target from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Stop the ball. Stop the ball. Get back.
Outside, Walker. Kicks it to Jefferson.
Straight up.
The shot is off. Excellent D there from Okafor. George dishes to Schroeder.
Good pass.
Walker
It's
with
like you
some
can't
nice
make layups.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Charlotte. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte.
pass.
Batum with the three. It's hauled in by the 76ers. George has got his third rebound tonight. On the wing, George. Okafor inside, guarded by Walker. Okafor, the pass to George.
How about that? Take a peek at that move. We don't get to see plays like that very often.
No, we don't. You're right. Sailing in off the baseline for the reverse stuff.
And as special as they come, guys, that was primo in terms of dunks.
Lopez a screen.
Ah,
And a
that's
wide open
bad.
look for Walker. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. 14 points now in the game for Walker. Here's Schroeder. He's got 10. Pass to Okafor. And Young, here we go. Here's Patterson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
Get in there.
And he knocks down the first one. And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space four. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Kid Gilchrist has got his first points for the game.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Jones kicks to Patterson. Here's
Good
Boozer,
pass.
and down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
Sound offensively, really no other way to put it here.
Get it out of his hands. Get it out of his hands.
There's really no comparison between the teams in terms of the way they've both shot the ball since the break.
Here's Walker, and he converts the layup. Walker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Hood gets the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Jones kicks to Hood. Dishes it to Patterson. Outside, Jones. Boozer against Zeller. Carlos Boozer again. Boozer's got 12 points in the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well. It's as if the defense just let him go.
He'll thank them for that because he got a chance to perform a little razzle-dazzle.
Get out of there.
And Boozer with the block. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Here's Lynn. And again, unable to change momentum here. The 76ers leading by 23. Jones kicks to Patterson. Feeds to Miller. Boozer against Lopez. And it's Boozer penetrating. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category. Nothing dropping for him, so I think in the best interest of his team, he may need to think about not shooting right
man.
now.
On the basket by Jones.
Get these boys out of there.
And look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open
Lock up.
for that deuce.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
1:58 left to play here in the third. Here's Patterson off the left rim and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Walker dishes to Zeller, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Walker. Right side, Boozer. Patterson a screen on Lopez. Lopez against Boozer. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
Boozer has been great. He has 14 points and 4 assists as well. He's gotten after it on the boards for them as well as in the transition game.
And I like the fact that one has really fed into the other.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Now here's Lynn. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change.
Don't shoot.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Clock at 6. Deflects the pass and stolen by Miller. The dish to Patterson. To the left side wing. Patterson, the screen. Hood, the pass to Patterson. Shot clock at 6. From short range, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 17 points for Carlos Boozer.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless. Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Lynn kicks to Lopez. Pass to Kid Gilchrist. There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Sweet little floater. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 this quarter.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Now Jones. The feed to Hood. He kicks it to Patterson. He got it up, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth.
Get them out of here.
The Hornets shooting here about 46% for the game. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. They've got Hairston, Cody Zeller out there with Kaminsky. Then it's Vujicic, and it's Harrison in at the point.
So
That 3 off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. Jones with it. Left side Boozer.
And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by AC Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA. Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Mahinmi dishes to McDaniels. He feeds it to Mahinmi. It's stolen by Kaminsky.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball. How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
And with Iron Man streaks, it isn't just injury that can get you. It's scheduled days off and getting suspended games, too.
Yeah, just for reference, last season DeAndre Jordan was the active leader, played over 300 straight games.
Come on with the delayed pass.
He was a leader in the league, but he wasn't even a third of the way to Green's historic mark of consecutive games.
Out to the right wing. Here's Vujicic. Trains the three-pointer.
Perfect.
2K gonna bring him back in the game.
With a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Jones drives in. Here's Hood. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Hornets trail by 20. Vujicic the pass to Hairston. And foul hard
with the
that
bullshit.
time. They'll get to the line and shoot two. They get Carlos Boozer.
And so far for P.J. Hairston, nothing in his basketball career has been easy. He played at North Carolina but was suspended and never reinstated. Then he played in the D-League well enough to be drafted in the first round last year, but unfortunately his strong play just didn't carry over into his first full season in the NBA.
Nick Young's checked in for Philadelphia. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Jefferson's checked in for Kaminsky. Gibson comes in for Zeller. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Sasha Vujicic. And Walker's subbed in for Harrison. Boozer buried from 15 feet out. Boozer's got 11 points here in just the second half. Talking about Hairston, his rookie year last year was a disappointing act. He played Clark only 45 games at around 15 minutes per game.
And, you know, what did he do with those minutes he got? He shot 32% from the field, not great. He's got talent. There's never been a question about that. Now he's got to hone it.
And here's Young. Now the pass to Mahinmi. And he slams it one-handed.
Certainly that shot well within his range.
I would hope so.
And especially when he caps it off with the steady one-hand jam.
Walker goes in. Got it. Good job in the low post. Walker's got 20 points.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover, really a scorer's mentality, maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
And the 76ers with some changes. Okafor's checked in, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jones. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for P.J. Hairston. For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Greg, talking about Walker, you have to love the way he competes, his willingness, Clark, to put the team on his shoulders and carry him.
Love that competitive spirit of his. They're actually figuring out how to use him best, but he's such a dynamic offensive player. You've got to give him room to be creative at that end.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
Over to the left wing. Young with no one around. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
Schroeder kicks to Okafor, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the 76ers lead by 19. Outside Gibson. Outside, Walker. Here's Lamb. The rebound by Young.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
Okafor kicks to Young. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that's not the way for a team to get back into a game,
Darn.
giving up open shots like that.
Outside, Walker. And that one's good. Walker's got 16 here in the second half.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Schroeder passes to Okafor. Down low. Schroeder kicks to Mahinmi. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And here's Young from the arc. Another three for Philadelphia.
That gives him his second three of the half with 3 total for the game.
Walker dishes to Batum. Fires the three. Walker's shot is off. And the foul on Al Jefferson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. Now, I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Schroeder kicks to Young. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Mahinmi's shot is good.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
And it's Walker penetrating. Here's Gibson. Cannot hit. Good defensive work there by Young. Here's Philadelphia. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Schroeder. Gibson with the steal. Here's Walker. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Schroeder kicks to Okafor. He dishes it to McDaniels. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Ian Mahinmi. Then the pass to Lopez. No good.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Schroeder kicks to Patterson. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
And the 76ers making a change here. Price is checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Hairston's checked in. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
Charlotte has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Pass to Lynn and stolen by Price. And here's the fast break. Price leading the way.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor, that's when you lose momentum.
Kicks to Okafor. The jump hook misses off the right iron. The Hornets shooting about 40% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Harrison. And he gets it to go.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Now, here is Young and the 76ers with possession. They're on a 16-6 run. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
To the left wing.
2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Lets the three fly. Knocked loose, but he stays with it. Okafor inside. He's against Zeller. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
They've struggled against him in this one. Just no answer for Okafor. He has 9 rebounds, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's got today have been just electric.
And the 76ers making a change here. Hood's checked in.
You know, one thing we saw a lot of last season during the playoffs was the hack-a-shack plan, pretty much purposely fouling a poor free throw shooter. A lot of differing opinions on it, as it wasn't fun to watch for the viewers, but many feel it's a legitimate part of the game if it works.
Timeout called the 76ers. The hack-a-shack or the hack-a-Jordan or the hack-a-whatever being the focus of the playoffs last season. We saw it up close and personal. It opened up a debate, Greg, on whether or not it should be allowed. What do you think?
You know, it's a touchy subject. I remember last summer, or spring, I should say, the commissioner touched upon it. You know, one of the concerns is, do you want to change a rule for an entire league when it basically affects 2 players? And so it's something that you got to be sensitive to. But to your point, the fans don't want to see that ugly style of basketball.
It's boring. It slows the game down. Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Mahimi's checked in for Okafor, and it's Thompson in for Patterson. Zeller dishes to Hairston. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so when you look at the season record, this one will tally up win number 43 on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with.
Greg, they've got one more game left against them, and there's no doubt they'll use this as a jumping-off point to take another game off them later in the year. At least that's the plan.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for George. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's McDaniels. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Thompson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Robin Lopez. That's his 2nd personal foul.
And he makes the first.
At the line, your 76ers, Jason Thompson. At the line.
And so Thompson nails both of them. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lynn the pass to Lopez. Picked by Zeller. Lopez kicks to Hairston. Leaner from distance. Offline. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George. We watched a marvelous third quarter from him, and he basically put the game on ice at that point. And from that point on, they were in control.
Well, Paul George showing us again tonight why he is one of the premier wing players in the NBA.
This is all on Hall of Fame film, by the
He's
way.
always going to do the job, but he's just as valuable on the other end, scoring off the catch.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille